Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Nina's obsession with Britt and Nathan leads Willow to commit epic crime? General Hospital, GH, spoilers hint that with Nathan West, Ryan Pavey, and Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, back from the dead, Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrose, has a lot to think about, and that could mean forgetting her role in Willow Tate's, Caitlin McMullen, Dumpster Fire Life. Nina and Nathan have a complex relationship and consider each other siblings despite the huge age gap. Take our word for it, it's complicated. Nathan is back in Port Charles. Nina even thought of sweet Nathan like a son, and fans know how protective she is of her own. Now that he's back, we predict she will go overboard with her love and enthusiasm. The audience thought that Nathan passed away in February 2018, after his biological father, Caesar Faison, Anders Hove, shot him. Soon after Nathan's passing, Nina found her missing daughter, Sasha Corbin, Sophia Matson. Eventually Sasha and Valentine Cassadine's, James Patrick Stewart, Khan came out, but these two women formed a strong bond and still think highly of each other. Nina's missing daughter. Long story short, Nina searched for her bio daughter and found foul Nellie Benson, Chloe Lanier. Later on she discovered she gave birth to twins and was reunited with Willow. We just assumed that soap opera meds are strong, very strong. Over time Nina got close to Willow, but Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, tore them apart. Drew slept with both women, and that is a no-no whether you live in a soap or real life. Drew is a dirty dog. A juicy GH preview shows Nina at a hospital bedside, which we assume is Nathan's. With her son back, will she now back away from troublesome and troubled Willow? Nina's heart is full with both Nathan and Britt back in Port Charles. She is already working overtime to reunite Britt with her furious mom Lyle Albrecht, Kathleen Gotti. Nathan is still unconscious, but we imagine he will also do everything he can to reunite Britt and Lyle. In other words, Nina has a lot on her plate. Will she miss all the signs that Willow has serious and potentially dangerous mental health issues? If Nina abandons her now, we see Willow going full on berserk. She will have nothing left to lose. Tell us what you think Willow does next in her catastrophic state. General Hospital spoilers. Nina's obsession with Britt and Nathan leads Willow to commit epic crime? In Port Charles, obsession has a way of twisting reality, and nobody knows that better than Nina Reeves. Her relentless grip on the past, particularly her fixation on her late children and her complicated rivalries, could be the very thing that tears apart not only her life but Willow's as well. Whispers around town suggest Nina's grief and obsession over Britt Westbourne and Nathan West may spiral so far out of control that it drives Willow Tate Corinthos into committing a shocking crime. But what exactly could push Willow to such extremes? Let's break down the tangled threads leading to this epic potential disaster. Nina's fragile state of mind. Ever since Nathan's tragic death, Nina has never fully recovered. She masks her pain by clinging to fragments of the past. Letters, photographs, and bittersweet memories. Now, Britt's absence has reopened those wounds. Fans remember that Nina forged a bond with Britt, especially after losing Nathan. To Nina, both represented the family she never got to keep. But what's concerning those closest to her is the way Nina has started to behave. She's talking about Nathan in the present tense. She's been spotted at Britt's old office at GH, sitting in silence for hours. And she's been overheard insisting that if people would just let her, she could bring back the family she's lost. Valentine Cassadine, no stranger to Nina's fragile mental state, has reportedly tried to intervene. Even Sonny Corinthos has stepped in, urging Nina to focus on the future rather than the ghosts of the past. But Nina isn't listening. She's convinced that the key to healing lies in revisiting, and perhaps even rewriting, the tragedies that haunt her. Willow's uneasy place in Nina's life. Of course, Willow is the person most affected by Nina's state of mind. Their mother-daughter bond has never been simple. While Willow has tried in her own way to extend compassion, Nina's tendency to lash out, manipulate, or insert herself into Willow's life has created more rifts than reconciliation. Now, Willow finds herself under constant pressure. Nina wants more time with her grandchildren, Wiley and Amelia. She wants invitations to family events, inclusion in decisions, and acknowledgement as the grandmother she longs to be. But Willow, still scarred from Nina's past betrayals, worries about exposing her children to Nina's unpredictable behavior. And here's where Britt and Nathan come back into play. Nina has started comparing Willow to Britt, accusing her of being cold and judgmental. She claims Willow doesn't understand loss, doesn't appreciate the fragility of life, and is cruelly keeping her away from the very family she deserves. Willow is already overwhelmed, with Michael's ongoing feud with Drew, the Corinthos family's endless mob drama, and her own attempts to rebuild her life after battling leukemia. Nina's accusations sting deeply. Willow begins to feel trapped in a cycle where nothing she does will ever be enough. A dangerous idea takes root. Rumors hint that Nina may attempt something extreme, like setting up a memorial that borders on a shrine, or even suggesting that Britt and Nathan's deaths weren't what they seemed. Some speculate Nina could start publicly insisting Nathan is still alive, or that Britt left behind secrets that must be uncovered. For Willow, this would be the breaking point. Imagine Nina sneaking into her home to leave mementos for the grandchildren. Or Nina demanding that Willow name Amelia after Britt. The constant pressure, combined with Nina's refusal to accept boundaries, could ignite Willow's buried anger. In one chilling possible scenario, Willow might decide the only way to stop Nina's relentless obsession is to remove her power entirely. Does that mean sabotaging Nina's business ties? Exposing a crime? Or something darker? Something that could land Willow in hot water with the law? Willow's crime, desperation, or justice? Spoilers suggest Willow's breaking point may lead to an epic crime that shocks Port Charles. But what kind of crime could Willow, a character so often portrayed as gentle and moral, commit? Corporate sabotage. Willow could hack into Nina's Crimson Files or sabotage her publishing empire, attempting to destroy the one place Nina finds refuge. A digital trail, however, could put Willow at serious legal risk. Custody manipulation. Driven by fear for her kids, Willow might manipulate legal documents or plant evidence to prove Nina is unfit as a grandmother. This would be both ethically questionable and legally dangerous. Grave misstep at GH. Since Willow still has ties to General Hospital, she could tamper with hospital records related to Britt or Nathan, hoping to erase the constant reminders Nina clings to. But tampering with medical files would be a federal crime. Confrontation gone wrong. The most dramatic possibility. Willow could physically confront Nina during one of her obsessive spirals, and in the heat of the moment, things spiral into violence, or at least something that looks criminal to the authorities. Fallout across Port Charles. No matter the form it takes, Willow committing a crime would shatter the image many in Port Charles have of her. Michael, always protective, would scramble to cover for her, but at what cost? Carly would be torn between her hatred for Nina and her need to protect her daughter-in-law. And then there's Sonny. If Willow's crime directly affects Nina, Sonny could find himself in an impossible position. Does he stand by Willow for the sake of the grandchildren, or does he defend Nina, the woman he supposedly loves? The fallout wouldn't stop there. Valentine might step in to protect Nina, sparking a Cassadine-Corinthos clash. Even Maxie could be pulled in, since Nathan was her great love. She wouldn't stand idly by while Nina's grief is weaponized. Could this be Nina's undoing, or Willow's? What makes this storyline so tantalizing is that it blurs the lines between victim and villain. Nina is clearly spiraling, her obsession clouding her judgment and pushing people away. Yet Willow, the supposed voice of reason, could cross a line she can't come back from. It raises a chilling possibility. Is Nina actually orchestrating this? Could her manipulations be so calculated that she's baiting Willow into destroying herself? Or is she truly lost in grief, unintentionally dragging everyone else down with her? Either way, fans can expect heartbreak, betrayal, and some shocking courtroom drama if Willow's crime comes to light. And knowing General Hospital, the truth will likely explode during a milestone event, a wedding, a christening, or even the anniversary of Nathan's death. Final thoughts. Nina's obsession with Britt and Nathan is more than grief. It's a dangerous fixation that threatens to destabilize not just her own life, but Willow's as well. With Willow already balancing so much pressure, it's easy to see how one desperate choice could turn into an epic crime that rocks Port Charles. The question is, when the dust settles, will Willow be branded a criminal, or will Nina's obsession finally be exposed as the real crime? One thing is certain, this storyline promises to test loyalties, destroy trust, and remind everyone in Port Charles that even the most fragile hearts can become dangerously reckless when pushed too far.